pay by the end of the month. Survival is main key for many immigrant families to live here. In the summer of 2024, my grandmother, who spoke no English, was hospitalized in New York. While my family was busy working, I had to become her translator and companion. I remember an important moment when the doctor arrived and he was asking her many questions. She was confused and they didn't have a translator for her that spoke Arabic. I stepped in and she looked at me and I knew the pain that she felt. I translated everything to make sure that she understood, and in Arabic she would tell me, "I hope I'm not a pain." That night, I cried. We are taught that we have to earn our places in society because we are not native. None of us are strangers to this land. Our country has always been shaped by people who come seeking hope. And yet, families like mine have to live in constant fear because of ICE enforcement. We are too often dehumanized because of the accents on our tongue and the color of our skin. I'm so tired of my parents being scared to walk outside because ICE is out to get them. ICE does not just enforce laws, it tears away families and communities, businesses that depend on us. It breaks futures that took years to build, and children suffer in silence. Fear replaces opportunity. I stand here not just as a daughter of immigrants, but as someone who has seen firsthand love, strength, and sacrifice that built families like mine. If we believe in safety, then we must build a kind of safety that protects everyone in our community. And now, I'm very, very honored to introduce someone who has helped build our community and protect families like mine, Ward C Councilman Tom Zupa.
Good afternoon, Jersey City. Come on, let's do better than that. Good afternoon, Jersey City. Let's give a big round of applause to our organizers and the powerful messages we've heard so far. Let's hear it. There is nothing more American than coming together as one voice and saying no more. There's nothing more patriotic than speaking truth to power. And that's what this is today, and every time you come out in the street, you protest. Use your voice, it's so important. I'm so proud of the young people for leading this effort, standing up and saying no more, what ICE is doing is wrong, and we will not be silent. If we do not defend our due process, if we do not stand up for our constitutional rights, our guarantee to every person standing, sitting, breathing, and living in the United States, then it's a matter of time before they come for the rest of us. If you do not speak up for the most marginalized people who do not have a voice, or not privileged to have the advocacy, they will come for everybody else. Jersey City's story is the immigrant story. Keep speaking up, keep being loud. I'll be proud, I'll be here with you each step of the way. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Jersey City.
Councilwoman Elena Little.
Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
Thank you all for being here today. My name is Elena Little. I'm the councilwoman representing downtown Jersey City. We all are here today to stand up against a rogue, unaccountable paramilitary force that has been kidnapping our neighbors, conducting human trafficking by not just deporting people, but sending them to third countries where they have no citizenship and have never been. They have been executing Americans in the streets for exercising their First Amendment rights. And they have been threatening to put us all on a domestic terrorist list for simply standing up for the rule of law. This is the rise of fascism, let us make no mistake.
Fuck fascists!
Fuck fascism! But I'm so heartened many others that I've seen, is not just what we're standing against, but who is rising up. This is 100% youth-led protest. And when I look at your faces, I see the future of this country, and it gives me hope. We have a diverse group of high school students, college students, Gen Z, willing to stand up against fascism, stand up for due process, stand up for our rights, and stand up for our neighbors. And what I hope we can all take from today is that this protest is not the end, it is the beginning. I encourage everyone here today to sign up for a rapid response network, attend a Know Your Rights training, organize one in your communities, talk to your neighbors, because together we keep each other safe. Thank you.
Can you raise your hand if you're an immigrant justice organizer who can help you with a Know Your Rights training or advocacy or something here? I'm looking at you guys. Come on, you gotta put it there. These are amazing organizers here from AFSC. I really recommend you get in contact with them. They have amazing resources. Now, let me hear it for the college students here. Next up is Carlos Mineta from New Jersey High School or College Democrats, I'm sorry. And he is just amazing, doing fantastic organizing work in Jersey City. Carlos?
How are we doing today? No, we have to do better than that. Come on, we're out here, practicing our democracy, okay? So let me hear it again. How are we doing, Jersey City? So, today we're gathered here in uncertain times where obviously we have leaders in Washington who are increasingly, they're seemingly increasing their rhetoric by every minute and weaponizing our own government against us. Like many of you in the crowd here today, I'm a son of immigrants. Both of my parents immigrated here during the 80s. They immigrated from El Salvador, escaping the Civil War. And like many people at that time, my dad was drafted into the Salvadorian army. The reason I bring this up is because so many people across Latin America and across the world face this harsh reality where they're often put in situations at 10 years old, 15 years old, 18 years old, where their life is simply in danger. And like my parents, many immigrants, they came to America. They looked at America as a place where they could go and build a future for their kids and build a future for themselves. And I think that also contributes to something that we should also look into, which is putting compassion into our immigration policies. Unfortunately, ICE is built off of rhetoric, and this is harmful rhetoric that will ultimately affect every single one of us here. Over the course of this past week, we've seen more and more reckless actions conducted by ICE, including them arresting a Columbia student inside of her own dorm, even though she had a student visa. And even more unfortunately, they had negligent actions that led to the death of a refugee from Myanmar in upstate New York. That is simply unacceptable.
Monsters!
Yes, they are monsters. You have it right. But although the reality seems very grim, I think that the most important part about us being here is that we have to be unapologetic about what we believe. It is the belief that that the government shouldn't be hurting immigrants. It is the belief that the felons at the top should be the first ones in line to get it. It is the belief that separating children from their families is inhumane. And above all, it's the belief that immigrants make America great. It is so easy to lose hope in these times, but it's so important that when we come out together, that we can make a difference, right? 2 weeks ago, there was roughly about 50 to 100 high school students here. Look around, we have more people joining our movement, and that is so important. Before my time is up, I would love for you guys to join me in a quick back and forth chant. So I will say a line and you guys say no, okay? You guys understand? All right, okay. But before we start, I want you guys to be so loud that every single person in America hears you today, okay? All right? Okay. Do we support fascism? No! Do we support racial profiling? No! Do we support separating families? No! And do we support mass agents in our communities? No! Thank you. Now, before I go, it is my pleasure to introduce you to someone who has been a true warrior in our community. This person has fought for our immigrant communities in Jersey City, Hoboken, and all across the state. So I would love for you guys to help me welcome Senator Raj Mccerji.
Thank you. Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
This is a strange time in our democracy. When you live in Hudson County, when you're in Jersey City and Hoboken, where the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island are in our waters, and you've grown up seeing these symbols of democracy, of chasing freedom and liberty as immigrants, and when so many of us are ourselves immigrants or descended from immigrants, and we thought that's something to be proud of. In New Jersey, we celebrate our diversity. We celebrate diaspora communities. So to see our neighbors and our families vilified, when tens of millions of Americans are getting kicked off of Medicaid and ACA healthcare premium subsidies are being allowed to expire, when when we don't have money for food stamps, when we're cutting essential social services and assistance to Americans, but when we're denying climate science and cutting clean energy projects and jobs and infrastructure, when we're denying women their reproductive freedom and bodily autonomy, but we have unprecedented tens of billions of dollars to put into mass detention and unconstitutional deportations, and start illegal wars in the middle of the night to distract from a bunch of pedophiles being exposed. And it's rich. It's rich. These things are being ordered by an autocrat, someone who believes himself to be above the law, a king, who is a draft dodger, and probably doesn't know many people in his circle who served in uniform and gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Because I remember when that skyline that we watch with Ellis Island and Lady Liberty, that skyline looked a little different. Who here's 17? I remember being 17 when September 11th happened, and that skyline was changed permanently. Because I joined the Marine Corps 2 weeks after that. And I did lose a friend who gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country. I got another friend I went to grad school with who's a Navy SEAL in Bahrain with a newborn and the 5th Fleet, a base that was hit, as a consequence of the orders that this autocrat gives, uninformed by intelligence without any kind of a plan. So now we have masked gunmen not keeping anybody safe, with inadequate training, running around on city streets in America, killing Americans, locking up people, separating parents from their children, luring parents out with their children, with 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, that are my kids' ages, and then I got to explain to them this dichotomy of respecting folks who wear a uniform while ICE is running around deploying Gestapo tactics. That is not the America that any of us deserve. It's not the America that our framers 200 and going on 250 years ago founded. It's certainly not the America folks in uniform abroad are fighting for. It's certainly not the Constitution that so many of us took an oath to defend. So that's why I sponsored the legislation in Trenton to codify the Immigrant Trust Directive. I call it the government assignment. It's why I authored the Fight Unlawful Conduct and Keep Individuals and Communities Empowered Act to create a state right of action to make sure that we as citizens and residents have a way to hold people accountable when they violate our constitutional rights and our civil rights. And the fact that the acronym is FUCKICE is a coincidence. Cover your ears, kids. And I want to thank Assemblywoman Brennan, Assemblyman Bala, when he was mayor, one of the first things he did was sign Sanctuary City Ordinance into law in Hoboken, for sponsoring that and other bills that we're working on together in the Assembly, including a gross receipts tax on immigrant detention facilities, a ban on employment for those who've been recruited from the extremist right wing of America. Folks who would have been investigated by federal authorities a couple years ago are now being targeted for recruitment by this ICE. They ought not to be eligible for public employment in the future in New Jersey. And finally, because we grown-ups have failed you, I'm uplifted by Janita, by Ben, by every single student here who's taking it upon themselves to fight for democracy. It's why I've sponsored the legislation to allow 16 and 17-year-olds to vote initially in school board elections. And when you come of age in a few months, or if you just did, and by the way, now if you're 17, you're allowed to register. As long as you be 18 by the general, you can vote in primaries, even at 17 in New Jersey because of legislation we passed. I want to see you make sure all of your friends who are not here, who may not understand how directly policy impacts them, for them to make sure they vote. And when they go to college, they keep that habit going. Because young people are actually part of a generation where we see apathy, where we don't see sufficient numbers or percentages of participation. And if we don't vote, this is going to get worse before it gets better. No hate, no fear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
We will overcome hate with love. Thanks for advocating.
So, we live in a country that was built on the backbones of immigrants, but doesn't seem like that right now.
No.
Are we being hated on by the very people that are elected to protect us?
Yes.
So that's why we're here fighting. We're here fighting with the elected officials that are supporting us, and we're here fighting because we are here to send a message. And that is why I am excited to bring up Salma Osman, who has been an advocate for young people and organizing young people so that we can fight for justice, because when we come together, we prevail. Salma!
Good afternoon, Jersey City! Just like you, I love my country. We cry for it, we argue about it, we hate each other for it, sometimes we hate this country, but at the end of the day, we love it. And that is why each of us take up different professions, different occupations, different way to serve our country. And the way that I have chosen mine is through politics and law. Because through every heated political discourse, every conversation, every argument, at the end of the day, we all came back to one body of law. One body of law to serve us all equally. And that is how my family, our immigrant families, our friends, and our communities have moved through this country and moved through this city. We moved carefully, we moved faithfully because we understood that no matter what, the law and politics was what protected us, was what served us. Today, that is not the case. We see masked agents sent out by the federal government, our supposed protectors of peace, snatching up our families, snatching up our mothers, snatching up our community members. We were told at the beginning of all this that only the worst of the worst would be taken. Criminals, villains, the people we despise most of society. And we look around today and we hear a story of a mother being taken away from her family. These are the atrocities that are committing today. We stand here as youth because we understood and we understand now that it is our moment to rise. We can't wait and we will not wait any longer. And the youth, we understand this. Starting my chapter in Seton Hall last semester as a freshman, I knew this and I understand this. And we all here, as college students and high school students, we understand it doesn't matter if we're freshmen or we're sophomores or if we're seniors. We understand that these are our parents, these are our friends, and these are our neighborhoods that are being attacked. The youth have never been given a perfect country. We have always taken up whatever has been left behind. And today, that is exactly what we will do. The high schoolers, the college students of today, and younger and older, we stand up today to take what we have been given and to fight, not just when we're older, but now. With that, I am so proud and lucky to introduce Senator Angela Mcnite, a politician and a lawmaker today who, just like the youth, is fighting for us and fighting for our city and our state.
Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? I stand here today proud with all of you. Our youth, you are amazing. To have all of us come out today to fight ICE, thank you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for not being afraid. I stand with my colleagues down in Trenton with all the pieces of legislation that will abolish ICE. Legislation that will help abolish ICE. I feel for the little kids who no longer have their mom or their dad. Imagine being a 5-year-old or a 17-year-old and you are no longer with your mom or your dad, or you were used as a tool to lure your family in. That is heartbroken. But that's right, boo! So, don't give up. Don't give up. Let's continue to fight. I am so proud of all of you, the courage that you have. Know that you have a partner, a friend, a family in me. And I will be here with you. I will be here for you. Do you want to stand up? Yes. Do you want to fight? Yes. Do you want to abolish ICE? Yes. Let's do this together. Unite. God bless you all, and know again, I am with you. Thank you so much. Love you.
Alrighty, so we know that college students are being targeted in their communities, in their residence halls. What do we say to that? It's ridiculous, right? You want us to have a better future, you want us to produce for the economy, but you won't even let kids get educated. So I want to introduce a Columbia University student, Vinnie. Woo!
Hi everyone, my name is Vinnie. I am the daughter of immigrants from India, and I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I'm a current Barnard Columbia student. And I'm just standing here because, just like the rest of you, I am very frustrated with what is going on in our country currently. And I'm very frustrated with the decisions that the government is making and how it impacts me and my community. Now, in a land that claims to have the most educated, literate students, why do students fear going to school? Why do parents have to be alert when they're just doing their grocery shopping? And why do our own people turn against us? A few days ago, I woke up bright and early, had an exam in economics, and I did my exam. I came back to my dorm, and the first thing I see is a message. Vinnie, did you see the news? Now, Ellie Agayaga was taken from her dorm at 6:30 a.m. when she should have been peacefully sleeping before her midterm exam. Now, she was an international student. She was targeted, and this all occurred across the street from me. I couldn't help but feel fear for her family, for her roommate who spoke to the press, for her community. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Young people are living in fear on campus, a campus that has historically been known to welcome international students and give them a dream and hope. Now they fear that they will be ripped away from their places of higher education, from libraries that they studied hours at, from dorms that they celebrated birthdays in, a school and a country that they trusted. This issue targets all of us. Immigrants are not our enemy. If you do not look like them, ICE agents think that you do not look like them, you're their enemy. The last time we experienced this type of separation was during slavery and before Reconstruction. Did we not learn from that? Why are we going backwards in time? To my students and peers in the audience, do not give up from this fight. Every day we open the news and we see another young child taken, an American family targeted, community members targeted, and yes, it feels helpless sometimes. The narrative has to change, Gen Z. It is known that we are the most active in years. Let's keep mobilizing. We are privileged to be in this deep blue state. I am privileged to come from that background. But we must be cognizant of the other young women, young men in purple cities and states who struggle to have their voice heard, and the peers we watch take away from us. They call us out of control. I call it what it is. Americans are opening their eyes to this immorality and injustice. We cannot sit idle and let these systems of oppression control and influence our actions. So I urge you all to engage. If you are a young person, join nonprofit work, join your high school Democrats organizations in your state. And most of all, do not change your opinions based off of the people around you. Thank you so much, and I'm honored to introduce our next speaker, and esteemed Assemblyman from District 12, Robbie Bala.
Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
Abolish!
ICE!
So, my name is Robbie Bala, along with Katie Brennan. We represent the 32nd Legislative District, so that's like Jersey City and Hoboken. And we're here for you. We want to send a clear message. Katie's going to say a couple words real quick, but before she speaks, I just want to make sure everyone knows that together with Senator Mukherjee, we are doing everything we can to make sure that, as Senator Mcnite said, we enact the laws of the state which will ultimately abolish ICE. I'm not going to go through them. The Senator did a good job, but I want to make sure I emphasize before Katie takes the mic that this is not a movie. This is not a TikTok reel or Instagram reel. What the stories we've heard shows that this is reality for some people. And I was really touched by this young lady who talked about the fact that she's in high school. You're in high school? A senior in high school. They arrested, took and deported her mother. She's our sister. She's a part of our community. This is not a movie, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening in real time to people who are in our community. And we can pass the Immigrant Trust Directive, that's good, but her mom was arrested. That means that the police department will have to cooperate with ICE. That means that we need to do even better than the Immigrant Trust Directive. The Immigrant Trust Directive would not protect her mother. So we have not reached the fit. We're coming close to a milestone, but we have to keep on going to protect people who are subject to final orders of deportation and to protect people who are arrested. These are human stories. These are real people. These are human beings. This matters. This really matters. So with that, I just want to say thank you all for coming here. Know that I got your back. We've got your back. We're all in this together. With that, let's hear from Katie Brennan.
Abolish! ICE! Abolish! ICE! Who here has gone to their first protest sometime in the past year? All right. So as everyone was saying earlier, my first protests were also around that time. I'm a little younger than him, and it was about the Iraq War. And so it seems like everything that's old is new again, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it is about you all coming out. Is it about our persistence? It is about fighting for what is right. And yesterday, Robbie and I were in Roxbury fighting the new detention center that they're trying to build. Fighting a new concentration camp because we know, even though it's miles and miles and miles from here, what affects one of us affects us all. They come for you, they're coming for me. They're coming for me, they're coming for you. And so thank you. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for organizing. Thank you for standing up. Because yes, we are going to make it as painful as freaking possible for ICE to exist. We're going to use every tool that the state has. We're going to tax the hell out of them. We are going to make sure that we can protect the people in our communities. We're going to make sure that there's no incentive to join ICE. We are going to make it so hard for them to exist here. While we work, yes, to abolish ICE. But ultimately, what is the most powerful is you showing up and is you fighting for this, because it's not unfortunately going to be done today or tomorrow or the next day. It is this sustained effort showing that we are together and that together the people are more powerful than the people in power. So thank you, Jersey City. Thank you to the incredible youth organizers and Janita and everybody else. This is really an inspiration. And abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Thank you, Jersey City.
No ICE, no hate, no fascist USA.
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 Abolish
ICE.
Abolish
ICE.
Abolish
ICE.
Thank you. Next up, I'd like to introduce South Asian student advocate Harage Singh.
Thank you, Jersey City, for coming out here. My name is Harage Singh. I am the son of two immigrants, two terrified immigrants. And like them, so much of my community back in Edison is living in fear, the shadows of fear, where my community fears the day ICE comes and evicts them unfairly. Edison, where peaceful temples now are empty, and Edison, where diverse restaurants are suffering, now cast with fear and void of any hospitable immigrant populace. I too fear for the day ICE can come and disrupt my environment and shake up the home I've come to know and love. Edison, we are running out of time. Does that mean we just give up? No! Inaction is a cornerstone of fear, but fear breeds resistance. And we, the youth, will fight. It's why incredible organizations such as South Asians for America gave a young South Asian like me a voice, such as New Jersey High School Dems gave me a platform, and it's why Janita and Ben, with their amazing effort, have given us all this opportunity to fight. That's why we're here. We're young, and we've got time on our side, and we will scream, kick, and fight. As fighters against fascism before me put it, first they came for the illegal immigrants. Then they came for the temporary residents. Then they came for the legal immigrants. Then they've come for the citizens. We must fight, and we will not settle for any less than ICE out, ICE abolished, and ICE gone. Thank you so much. And with that, I'd like to give up the floor for Daniel Lozado from AFSC.
Good afternoon, New Jersey! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! All right, my name is Daniel Lozada. I'm one of the students
organizers who staged the student walkout at my school, Red Bank Regional, during the national shutdown. I stand in solidarity with those in Minneapolis. Today, I'm speaking on behalf of the AFSC Immigrant Rights Program, who have aided countless immigrant families who have faced the draining experience of deportation, whether it be legal services or organizing events like our march at Red Bank yesterday. AFSC serves as a reminder that us descendants of immigrants must help defend each other and must care for each other and must fight for a better future. Our power for change comes from our numbers and unity. It comes from everyday people like you and me who can recognize injustice and together stand firmly opposed to it. It comes from people who recognize in their hearts that our nation is in crisis and that there is a rot at the core of our immigration system, and that the abolition of ICE is a necessary step to prevent more harm than what our administration has inflicted in our communities. Yeah. Since ICE's creation in 2003, immigration lawyers and legal scholars have warned us about the dangers of creating an agency with such broad discretionary power. Yeah. And over time, immigration policy has shifted away from Congress and our judiciary branch into the hands of the executive branch. And ICE's discretionary power has grown with it. It was only a matter of time before the immigration process could be weaponized against our people and our communities. Because there's so much authority concentrated within Kristi Noem's office, the system ceases to prevent real national threats. And the system begins to serve the people at the top. This is why abolition isn't radical, it's necessary. We've seen just how bad it gets, and it certainly will get worse as long as ICE still operates with the assumption that they are above the law. Young people stand in the center of the Abolish ICE movement. Across the state, students have organized walkouts in their schools and raised their voices about injustice in their communities. We all recognize that we will inherit this nation soon, with its hopes and its failures. And history has shown us time and time again that the United States government is capable of going the extra mile to suppress marginalized communities. This is why we want to build a better future, because we know what happens when we don't speak up and we accept these times as normal. Justice needs to be served, and it needs to be served now. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Today you've heard from community members, immigrant right leaders, and students who have already lived this reality. You've heard from young people who have been directly affected by the deportation of a loved one. You've heard from organizers who have spent years fighting to protect families from a system that tears them apart. And I want you to listen to them. Listen not just with your ears, but with your full conscience. Their voices are not abstract policy debates. They are lived experiences. They are the reason why this issue is urgent, and they are the reason why we're fighting today. And as you listen, remember, this is our nation. This is your nation, and this is my nation too. It belongs to the families who built it, to the workers who sustain it, to the students who will inherit it. And we refuse to be treated as outsiders in a country that would not exist without us. No one has a right to tell us we don't belong. We have earned our place in our country. Many of us study relentlessly. Many of us work endlessly, just like our parents who have worked exhausting hours. We have all worked hard to ensure that we have the opportunities that they were denied. They left behind poverty and war and sacrifice in search for a better life. And understanding that the United States is not a charity, this is our contribution. This is our nation too. This is your nation as much as it is my nation. And we love it enough to demand it better, to remove the rot, and to challenge injustice. We want to build something worthy of the people who sustain it. Change has never come from silence. It has come from the people who refuse to look away, and for those who stay stubborn and stay persistent. We are those people. We are that generation who refuses to inherit injustice quietly and fights back. We must acknowledge that we're fighting an uphill battle with the American political machine. But if we stay stubborn and if we don't give up, we have a chance to make that difference. So thank you for being here, everybody. everybody. Let's keep marching, keep organizing, y sigue luchando! No justice, no peace, no ICE on our streets. No justice, no peace, no ICE on our streets.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
When I say mount, you say ICE. Mount!
ICE!
Mount!
ICE!
Mount!
ICE!
Next, I would like to introduce a student advocate, an immigrant, and the high school president of the Jersey City High School and College Democrats, Rosta.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here and standing out with the youth of Jersey City. And I just want to talk a little bit about my own immigrant experience. So I came to America when I was 4 years old, and I moved from place to place and lived in absolute shambles until I came to Jersey City at 9 years old. And for most of my childhood, the word home felt like something completely temporary. It felt like something that other people were able to experience, but something that I would never achieve. And I learned how to live my life in absolute uncertainty, never knowing when I would be uprooted and moving to the next state. And all of that changed when I did come to Jersey City, because this was the first place where me being different didn't feel like something bad. Everywhere I looked, there was another culture, another language, another food, another country being celebrated. And for the first time, I felt accepted. I felt like I truly did belong. And my entire experience being an immigrant, living here, being a student, it has taught me that diversity is not a weakness. It is truly our biggest strength as a state and as a city. And this exact diversity is what America claims to be so proud of and what America claims to be built off of. Yet agencies like ICE still exist, and they only exist to cultivate fear in communities like our own.
Shame.
And no one feels protected, no one feels safe. And many families are living in that constant anxiety, not knowing if the knock on their door is going to separate parents from their children and take kids away from the homes they know. I have seen firsthand how this fear has changed people and how neighborhoods have grown quieter and stopped celebrating their heritage, and how children begin to slouch their shoulders with the weight of the worry that they're not going to find their parents when they go home. But the facts are crystal clear. Immigrants are not strangers that you have to fear. We are the students that are sitting beside you in class, we are the workers supporting our communities, and we are the neighbors that are trying to build our shared future together. The true test of a nation is not how it treats the powerful, but how it treats the people still searching for that sense of belonging that I found here. If America truly believes in its promise of diversity, then it must be ensured that no child has to question whether the home they finally found will still be there tomorrow. I want to thank you all once again for standing out here in the cold and freezing with us, and it's my honor to introduce our next speaker. She's a student advocate at Rutgers University in Grenada. My name is Ikra Naz. I'm a political science and international affairs major at Rutgers University, and I've been a proud member of Jersey City for 19 years. I was raised in Jersey City by a single mother, a woman who carried the weight of two parents, while navigating a system that was never truly designed to make it easy for families like mine. Growing up here taught me resilience early. It taught me what it means to survive, to speak up, and to take responsibility for your community, even when the odds are stacked against you. Jersey City is one of the most diverse cities in the United States, with a significant portion of its residents born outside of this country. Growing up, I always believed that America's greatest strength was its diversity. I admired the idea of people bravely coming here to build better lives, to create opportunity, to secure a future for their children, and to chase something greater than just survival, the American dream. I love my country. I love the foundation this nation was built on. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that is exactly what so many immigrants are doing today. They're pursuing their happiness. They're contributing through their work, taxes, and by building our economy and our communities. And yet they oftentimes do not get the benefits or resources that should accompany those contributions. In the very city that they help sustain, ICE operates in our neighborhoods using using fear as a weapon, detaining parents, ripping families apart, and leaving children wondering if their loved ones will ever come home. This is not public safety. This is trauma sanctioned by the state. The administration has disappointed me immensely. ICE has disappointed me immensely. And what disappoints me just as deeply is the lack of empathy from Americans as both citizens and immigrants have their rights stripped away without due process. And in some cases, they are being killed during enforcement action and or while in custody. Their lives are being treated as collateral damage and by a system that just refuses to take accountability or responsibility. I've been civically engaged since middle school, and because I learned young that silence is a form of privilege that some of us cannot afford. While others saw politics as abstract, I saw it as something deeply personal. When government action determines whether families are torn apart or protected, civic engagement isn't optional, it's survival. Instead of protecting the people who make this city what it is, our government allows immigrant communities to be treated as disposable. They justify it with language about enforcement, legality, but what we see on the street is fear, loss, and lives permanently altered. When our neighbors have their humanity questioned by systems that are meant to protect us, something is fundamentally broken. This is why I want to be a lawyer. Not for the prestige, not for the power, not for the accountability, but because laws should protect people, not terrorize them. Accessible, not selective, and because Jersey City raised me to believe our voices truly matter, and I refuse to let a system built on fear speak louder than the people who call this city home. Thank you. And it is my honor to introduce Ward G, Jersey City Councilman Jake Gers.
Big thanks to the youth organizers of this protest. Give it up for the youth here, everybody. And I have to apologize for any of the very young people here, but I gotta say it. Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! I'm Jake Gers. I'm the Ward D councilperson up in the Heights here in Jersey City, and I am a democratic socialist because I believe that working class people all across the world, across borders, have more in common with one another than we do with the ruling class of any one country that we're in. And it is so obvious how shameful it is that here in Jersey, we are opening up Roxbury concentration camp, but closing down Christ Hospital. That is unacceptable. And it is unacceptable that we continue funding genocide in Gaza, but not funding our public schools in Jersey City. It is unacceptable that we invade Venezuela, but we can't invest in public transit in Jersey. That we would go to war in Iran, but not build public housing for our people. This is the kind of nonsense we are living through, and I'm proud to be here with youth organizers from across Jersey City and beyond who are saying, no more, we're going to stand up, we're going to fight back. Right? We're going to stand up, and we're going to fight back. And your Jersey City government, your city council, your mayor, we have your back. We're in this together, we're going to fight ICE, and we're going to get them the hell out of Jersey City, and we're going to abolish them in the U.S. totally.
Thank you, Jake. I'm so glad that pretty much every elected that we've had up here was endorsed by Climate Revolution Action Network for this reason. I want to invite up Commissioner Bill Oay next, who has been just a fighter on the front lines for so long. Commissioner?
Good afternoon, everybody. Man, the energy in this place is unbelievable. I could hear you 3 blocks away. My only concern is we don't need 15 police officers, because this is a beautiful, great, energetic crowd committed to fighting for change, and that's what I love. You know, the fight against ICE in this county didn't begin recently. It began in 2017, when the county decided to renew a contract to detain ICE. And some of us on the commissioner board stood up and said no then. but we didn't have a majority. And then it continued in 2020, during the lame duck session of Donald Trump's first administration, when they rammed through the day before Thanksgiving another extension of a contract to detain individuals with ICE at a county correctional facility. And despite the voices of probably 100 individuals, including that young councilman that day, let's hear it for Jake, they still managed to get that passed despite 3 members of that commission, including me on both occasions, standing up and saying no. And some of us were punished for that. Some of us were stripped of our committees, stripped of my vice chairmanship. But you know what? I wear that as a badge of honor. The same way I wish on the day that they had the walkout of the Jersey City schools, I didn't have a conflict in my schedule, because I would have marched with you next to Musab Ali, and I'd wear as a badge of honor that they probably would have banned me from the schools also. Because that's fine, Dejan. You can ban me for just thinking about doing it. Do it at your next meeting. Good. I hope you get the votes, because I'll be lobbying against you. Because that's what democracy's all about. But civil disability comes with its penalties. And that's why people get arrested sometimes, because they stand up and they refuse to walk away when they're told, get out of here, we're gonna lock you up. Civil disability is what caused the civil rights movement in this country to occur. Without civil disability, we may still have things like separate but not equal. But civil disability, disobedience did that. And civil disobedience resulted in ending the Vietnam War. And both of those causes were driven by young people, like all the young people here today. We're here to stand with you. On the county level, they've all converted. It's beautiful. Those individuals who in 2020 extended a contract for ICE, all unanimously supported a resolution I sponsored to create a task force to see how we can make sure that we keep ICE out of our courthouse, out of our parks, out of our county buildings, but more importantly also, how do we help the families like this, what's that one young, come on, like this amazing, beautiful young woman. How do we make sure that she has everything she needs to continue her education, to finish her education, to flourish in this city until we find a way to bring your mom back to this country. And that's what we have. So I'm here for the fight. I'm here to continue the fight. If we need to, let's have another walkout of the schools. I'm with you this time. And trust me, if they try to ban me, I'll be in court the next day. Thank you very much.
I don't know, who's next? Where is it? Come on, you were supposed to come right up, man!
My name is Aaza Roger. I'm a high school sophomore, one of the youth organizers today, and I'm here on behalf of Newark High School Democrats. While I live in Newark, I am no stranger to the streets of Jersey City. I have spent my time here talking to residents, listening to neighbors, and working to ensure that our local leadership reflects our values. But today I'm not here to talk about campaigns. I am here to talk about the families that those campaigns often forget. When I was 5 years old, my father left for America to build a future for us. For 3 years, our dinner table had an empty chair. I remember every phone call, and I remember the exact words he told me. Stay strong. You're the man of the house now. At 5 years old, I did not know what that meant, but I knew I had to pretend. I knew I had to swallow my own fear to comfort my mother. I had to act like a leader for my younger brother when I was still just a child myself. I spent my childhood performing a strength I did not yet possess, waiting for the day our family would finally be whole. When I arrived in this country at 8 years old, I thought the period of staying strong was over. I thought we had reached the finish line. But standing here at City Hall, I see that for so many of our neighbors in Jersey City and across this state, the finish line is being moved. I see children who are being forced to become the man or woman of their house today because their parents were taken by ICE this morning. I see students in our schools who cannot focus because they are terrified that a knock on their door will turn their home into a collection of empty chairs. As a student, I am taught that the legal system is supposed to provide a foundation for a stable society. But there's nothing stable about tearing families apart. There's no justice in a system that targets the very people who work the hardest to contribute to our composite nation. I am here because I know what it feels like to wait. I know the weight of a responsibility that is too heavy for a child to carry. And I refuse to stand by while more children are forced to carry it. We are not just files in a government database. We are Jersey City, we are Newark, we are New York. We are neighbors, we are students, and we are human beings. We are here to say that a first chance should be a fair chance, and that no family should have to live in fear of being broken. My father told me to stay strong. I am staying strong today by standing here with you and demanding that we stop the fear and start the healing. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce Vice President and Essex County Commissioner, Ms. Adorian Murray Thomas.
Make some noise for Firewise, y'all. We make noise. I heard in Jersey City, y'all make some noise too. I said one more time for Firewise and all of the young people who made today possible. Give them a round. Because our young people could be doing a whole lot of other things, but they're here. In fact, I've even been told that, Adorian, I know you think it's important for the young people to be able to vote at 16 years old in the school board elections in Newark, but I don't think our young people are ready. Adorian, our young people are too busy on TikTok or on Roblox or all the other things, y'all. I don't think the young people are ready. But how many of you know that the young people are not only ready, they are wide awake. And our young people and our allies and our communities are here to say that we have no ICE on our streets no more. My name is Adorian Murray Thomas. I'm honored to be here because of the young people here. I want to give a special shout out to Fawaz, Janitha, to Ben of the Connor, all of the young people who made today possible. Particularly because we know that you would not have an America that we have today if it weren't for the heart and the hard work of young people. You wouldn't have desegregated colleges and schools like we have today if young people weren't marching on the front lines. You wouldn't have young people of all shapes, sizes, colors, religions, creeds, languages, if it weren't for young people who organized with Dr. King, and how about this, even pushed Dr. King on some of his ideas so that we can make our country even great. We would not have an America today if it weren't for the young people of today and the days past. So I'm here to say, now that we know that our young people have never been sleeping, turn to your neighbor and say, I'm not sleeping wide awake. I'm not sleeping wide awake. I don't hear you. I'm not asleep. I'm wide awake. Say it to your neighbor. I'm not asleep. That's right. Now that we know, as we've always known, that young people are not asleep and never have been, that we're wide awake, what will we do with our woke? What will we do with our moment? At a time where ourselves and our peers are being dragged out of our homes, dragged out of our cars, dragged out of our schools, what will we do with our woke? I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be standing here before you today as the youngest woman ever elected to the Newark Board of Education. Ever elected to the Essex County Board of Freeholders, formerly Freeholders. If it weren't for a young girl by the name of Hattie Murray, who left her poor town in South Carolina and immigrated to New Jersey in the 1960s for a better life. If she didn't do that, I wouldn't be born today as her granddaughter, a granddaughter who also stands as the daughter of Arlie Thomas, a man who immigrated to this country from Berbice, Guyana, with little more than $1 in the dream. How many of us us know that we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the young people and the grandparents and the parents before us who prayed for us, who sacrificed something for us, who made our lives today possible. Yo soy la hija de un inmigrante. Yo soy una hija de gente de sacrificio, de trabajo duro y de fe y de amor. I'm a child of an immigrant, of black immigrants, of Afro-Americans, of people who built this country and built our communities with faith, with hard work, and with sacrifice. And so our ask today is simple. What will you do with your work? And I'll tell you 3 quick things you can do with your work. The first thing is you do a little bit what we got going on here today. Is you start something. Is you do something. Is you build something. You are not too young. You're never even too old to make a difference. I'm honored to serve here today in my role as a county commissioner and an elected official, but I would be the first to tell you, and our electeds who are here before us and on this dais will let you know, or steps, not dais, but I'm used to being on the dais. But they would tell you that the work does not require a title. You don't have to be an elected official. You don't have to be the leader of some big organization to make a difference. The work starts at your kitchen table. The work starts in your classroom. I would say the work starts in your locker room. So start small, start now, start with your neighbor. Second, I want you to keep some faith. We live in times that are telling us that it is actually easier to believe that we are meant to be divided when we're actually meant to be together. So whether you happen to believe in a Palestinian Jew born to an unwed mother, refugee like I do called Jesus, who believes that when we come together, regardless of what they're going to tell you Christianity is about, because Christianity is actually about unity. Christianity is actually about compassion. Christianity is actually about coming together. Or whether you happen to call your God Allah or Yahweh or Krishna or whatever the name is, maybe you call your God Spirit and Wind. I ask you to have some faith on today, because they want us to believe that faith is actually something of the past and that we are better divided than we are united. The last thing that I'll say is always remember that your biggest weapon is your heart. It is so easy to be unkind. It is so easy to not care. But together we win. And when we fight, we win. I'm honored to serve with you. I'm honored to be on a board. We are working on legislation right now to make sure that when ICE, and as they already are, they're in Newark, they're in Jersey City, they're in Rockford, they're in Red Bank, that when they come, they are actually being held accountable by the local officials. I'm working on that legislation right now. I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to making sure that we continue to say, no ICE on our streets. No ICE on our streets. No ICE on our streets. And when we fight together, we win. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
No justice, no peace. ICE off our streets. 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 I'm now honored to introduce former school board president Musab Ali.
Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! I am so proud to be here. Let's give a big shout out to all the youth organizers. You know, I remember my first protest, okay? I was 19 years old, and I protested outside of the union building because they didn't have a fair process for how they interviewed people. And do you know what I remember about that moment? Is we had our protest, and the people in the leadership called an adult and said, wow, that was so cool that you organized those young people to do that. And I remember feeling so insulted because they said to me that as a 19-year-old, I didn't have the capacity, the mental fortitude to put something like that together. And it's like history keeps repeating itself. People look at our young people and somehow say to them that they are not listening, that they are not aware. Are you listening? Yes! Are you aware of what's going on in this country? Yes! Are you old enough to have an opinion? Yes! And what do we believe? What do we believe about ICE? What should we do about ICE? Abolish! Let me hear it one more time. Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! From the founding of this country, I know we're talking about the civil rights movement. I want to shout out to the commissioner for bringing that into the fray and the Vietnam movement. But let's go all the way back to the beginning of this country. The Boston Tea Party. There were teenagers who participated. They understood what it meant. They understood that it was American to protest. And they understood that they were not too young. When we think about all the way back in the founding of our country, there were seamstresses who were making American flags who were 13 years old. 13-year-olds who understood that there was a movement that they were fighting for. And that is a very rich history that you are part of today. You are part of the idea that young people are often at the front lines, that they are not taken away by adult responsibilities. They understand, and they can call out what's right, and they can call out what's wrong. And so I just want to stand here in solidarity with all of you, because we know what ICE is doing in our neighborhoods is immoral. We know that what ICE is doing in our neighborhoods is causing fear, it's causing division. But the way that we will bring this country back together is in the hands of each and every single one of you. It is our young people who are not only listening, who are not only forming opinions, but I firmly believe it is our young people who should be our leaders. Thank you.
All right. So what have we learned today? We have learned that we are here to stay and that we are confident that we are going to keep fighting till we get what we want.
Repeat after me. No hate, no fear. ICE has no business here.
No hate, no fear. ICE has no business here.
No fear. ICE has no business here.
No hate, no fear. ICE has no business here. Next up, I'm excited to introduce an educator, a lifelong Jersey City resident, and a teacher and an educator at McNair Academic High School, Kristen Joahart.
Thank you, Janitha, Jermaine, Rose, to all the organizers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for leading. Thank you for doing what the adults obviously cannot do. My grandparents came to this country with very little. A small suitcase, a few photographs, but an enormous amount of hope. They didn't speak the language. They didn't know anyone, but they believed with everything in them that this was a place where their family could build something real. Because of their courage, I am here. Because of their sacrifice, I became an educator. And every single day, I walk into school and I see them. I see them in the child who stays late to ask questions because English isn't spoken at home. I see them in the student who translates letters for parents on the bus ride home. I see them in the boy who works twice as hard as everyone else because he knows he can't afford not to. These children are not a threat. They are a testament to resilience, to determination, to the very values we claim to hold dear as a nation. So when I hear that our students are worried that ICE could enter our buildings, the one place every child is supposed to be safe, something in me rises that I cannot quiet. Our schools are not a political battleground. They are a sanctuary of learning, and I will use every tool available to me, every policy, every legal protection, every conversation with administrators, with parents, and with community members to make sure our students can come to school without fear. My grandparents took a risk on this country. Our students deserve a country that will not betray that risk. I'm a proud granddaughter of immigrants, and I will protect our students. Full stop. Thank you.
Next up, we have Fernando Garcia, the Vice Chair of the Hudson County Latino Action Network.
First off, I want to thank Janitha for inviting the Hudson County Latino Action Network to I met Janitha last year on the campaign trail, and interestingly enough, she was just about to start college, where I teach so many other students that come from different backgrounds, different socioeconomic classes, different cultures and beliefs. And what I'm reminded of today is how all of those cultures come together when something really terrible happens. And the disproportionate abuse of a rampant rogue agency like ICE has torn apart our communities. What I'm here to remind everyone is that our voices are strong. Our economic power is unmistakable. When we come together as a community, we can take action and have a singular voice. Our organization, Hudson County Latino Action Network, and the Greater Latino Action Network of New Jersey, is an organization that is going to fight for the rights of our Hispanic community. We are going to continue to spread the word that our voices are strong, that our power is not imaginable. It is not some figurative speech that we're sitting here saying, screw ICE. We are a real action network, and we are going to fight for your rights. Our organization will continue this conversation. We are having a legislative convention at Keene University on April 11th. We need your voices. We need your presence. We need our community to come together to continue to show America that we are one people. We are the people. Thank you for inviting us here. Thank you for hearing all of our voices. Thank you for all of the electeds who are not showing up just to talk, but to actually take action. And we want to thank all of you for showing up to ensure that our voices are not that our voices are not ignored. So continue the voice of America, continue our action, continue to protest, continue to hear what everyone else is hearing, and make sure that they hear you when you say, stop ICE. Thank you.
Today we showed Jersey City what youth leadership looks like. We are living in scary times, but we organized and we still came and showed out. For us, this was never just a protest. This is a promise that us young people will stand by our immigrant neighbors, families, or friends who live in fear. A promise that us students will raise our voices when policies threaten our classmates, our neighbors, or even our own parents. A promise that Jersey City remains a place where families belong. We heard so many amazing stories and powerful stories today, stories of resilience, of struggle, of strength. And behind every story is something simple. People deserve dignity, and our families deserve safety. But marching is just the beginning. We need you to stay involved, talk to your neighbors, call your representatives, and most importantly, protect each other. We are not powerless. We are the next generation of voters, organizers, educators, and leaders. So when they ask what happened in Jersey City on March 1st, tell them the youth showed up, tell them immigrant families were not alone, tell them we chose justice over fear. So I need everyone to put up their signs, put up their flags, show us what Jersey City looks like. And we thank you. Thank you for using your voices. We thank you for believing, because this is what we need in a world that sometimes feels uncertain. Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Thank you.
That wraps up our formal program. Before you leave, wait 1 second. I just want to say thank you so much to the young people here today who made this happen. I'm serious, they're smart, they're talented, you can hear them speaking. And Board of Education, before you go, this event was put on because of restrictions in Jersey City public schools, right? The other day when the students tried to walk out, the classes were put in lockdown so they couldn't even get to their final class. That's why we're here today, because the students couldn't do it on their own, right? Do we have a voice?
Yes!
Are young people fired up?
Yes!
Do we know what we're talking about?
Yes!
Guess what? There's elections this 6th year for Board of Education. I think it's time that we replace some people. As ambivalent as they may be in this audience because they showed up, showing up isn't it. We want to see real action. We want to not be lied to. We don't want young people to have their voices squashed. So let's continue going. Everyone's been saying, let's continue organizing. Let's continue organizing. If you are from Jersey City or Newark, I need you to plug in with the Jersey City High School Democrats and the Newark High School Democrats. And I'm going to bring her up here. This would not have been possible without this person here. I'm losing my mind. I gotta go, okay? She's 18, and I'm texting with her, and I'm like, I literally turned to her, and I was like, you're 18? You're texting me like someone who has like a master's degree in organizing. It's just ridiculous. So thank you all for being here. Climate Revolution stands with you, and young people will bring this home.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing with young people. Because when we stand together, we send a message that our communities are not divided. We are united, and we are here to stand with our elected officials. We are here to stand with our peers, because we are here to make sure that the voiceless get a voice. Because we are young people, and we are the future generations of leaders, and we will continue to stand every single person that came out today, especially all of our organizers. To Climate Revolution Action Network, thank you for all that you have done, but especially to the young people that are standing up here. They deserve a huge round of applause because they were scared. They did not sit at home, and they said, it's time to do something because I'm afraid for my life and my friend's life. So let's stand up, let's keep fighting, and let's get
I just want to take a quick picture with all you up here, and I just want to say the Board of Education president just came up to me and said the ICE will come for me before they come for you, just because of my skin color, right? I'm here because my grandmom immigrated because the Armenian genocide slaughtered their family. They then immigrated to Cuba because America wouldn't let them in because of the Chinese American Exclusion Act. And I find that language irreprehensible, and especially to be yelling at people in front of youth organizers. Sorry to end it like that, but we need to be clear. It's time to stand up. It's time to lead with these organizers here, because we'll have none of that and we'll call it out, right? So let's have fun. Let's take a quick picture and let's continue standing up. Thank you.
But just one quick plug. On March 15th, there's a teen town hall that is being hosted in partnership with Ward D Councilman Jake Gers and Ward C Councilman Tom Zupa at the Jersey City in Pershing Field Community Center in the Heights, Ward C, Ward D area. We would love for all the Jersey City folks out here to come, share your voice, and hear from our elected officials one-on-one. But yes, we're gonna take a group picture, and thank you so much for coming out!
Come on now, come on, we told you, come up here. Jersey City staff, show those signs.
Come join us!
Hold on. Nice to meet you, bro.
at 1 p.m.
Wait, what do you want from me? Go I want you to hold it, gang. Go. Now let's go.
You guys are okay.
Damn, Jay. Listen, I can't get here as fast.
Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, really. Where are you from? Yeah. That was insane. Being behind the How is she?
bro, I feel I was like watching him and Calvin and